Nothing too big going on here. 2008 Chevy Trailblazer. Just doing an old brake fluid flush. You can see the nasty stuff coming in the bottom of that bottle there. The top is the clear stuff, the good stuff that I put in to kind of seed the bottle, if you're not familiar with the process. And I'm using the Motive Products Power Bleeder. Just using it as a source of pressure. Dropping a little bit. I try to keep it up right around 5-6 psi when I'm doing this. As I have found with the plastic adapter cap from Motive, this is the GM 3-pronged cap design that they used for years and years. And the plastic cap, if you go up much higher than 6-7 pounds, it pops the cap off the master cylinder. And you don't want to mess up that reservoir on there. So I just keep it there, and it works. It's a little slower. And then I've got the little catch can there, and again, you can see all the goo coming out of it. As far as I know, it's never been changed on this vehicle. So this is 2021, that's 13 years. Brake fluid's been in there, so we don't want that. Unbelievably, the bleeder screws came right off because the rubber caps were still on them. And passenger side was the same way. If you're one of those guys that never puts those back on, you really need to, because that is the key to keeping these bleeders free over the years. And if you're working on one and doesn't have a rubber cap, put one on there. You will save the next guy or yourself a bunch of heartache by doing it. But I love this little kit. Like I said, nothing too fancy going on here. You can, I guess, fill these the bleeder reservoir up with fluid, and you can push fluid through it. But I prefer not to. I just keep an eye on the reservoir. And there you can see it's getting down. We're down right around the minimum mark there. You can see the top half is empty. The bottom half still has fluid in it. When I get down to the minimum mark, I'll take this off, fill it up with fresh fluid, and continue to push it through. If you have the ability to take out the old fluid out of here before you start this, that's better, so you're not pushing the old fluid all the way through the lines. But in this particular case, I didn't have that ability. I don't have anything to suck it out with right now. So when that happens, instead of starting with the farthest wheel from the master cylinder, I go with the shortest. Push it through the shortest amount of line. It gets it done faster. And for those wondering, that's the Motive Products Model 1108 GM adapter. Again, this is the plastic one. They make the aluminum cap for this as well. I don't know the part number off the top of my head. I'll put it in the comments. I would suggest getting that one. It's worth the extra money. All the other adapters I have are the aluminum kind, and it's worth it. I'm using good old Prestone .3 because that's what it says on the cap to use. .3. I've got another video on this where I did this on, actually on the old Camaro over there when I first got this kit, and said how smooth it worked. I've used it on BMWs, Hyundais, Toyotas, GMs. It's a great kit, and I would highly recommend you pick one up if you like doing this stuff at home. And it's always good. The reason why you want to flush that brake fluid out is so that your lines don't rot from the inside out. As we all know, brake fluid collects moisture, and you can't see what it's doing on the inside of the lines until it's too late and you have a blowout. Nobody wants that. Bleed your fluid. Here you can see the fluid coming out of the tube is green. We want to wait till that clears up. Okay, and the goo keeps coming out. However, we're starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So I can see the color changing here a little bit. As this continues to drain, I'll tell you one thing, about the only thing I've ever had trouble with this bleeder setup. Yeah, you can see it's lighting it up now. After you've already done one round of bleeding and you've taken this apart and you put new fluid in there and you hook everything back up, you pump it back up to 5, 6, 7 psi, all of a sudden you're just getting a trickle out of here and into here, and it's taking forever to fill this back up. Oh yeah, you can see that's definitely clearing up now, finally. What you need to do is, if that happens to you, go ahead and unscrew this, take the pressure off, unscrew that, put the cap back on, pump the brake pedal a few times, and then hook everything back up, and it'll continue to come out the way you want it to. I don't know what happens in there something gets, you know, all out of balance, but pump the brakes a few times and continue on. Looks like we've got, you know, clean brake fluid coming out of here now. Even that rubber tube I can see has cleared up a little bit. So I'll continue to let this run for a little bit longer and then move to another wheel. This is why, you know, I've already taken out one full container and now another half. This is why you want to take all that old stuff out of the master cylinder with a turkey baster or some kind of suction if you can. I can't find any of my stuff right now, so I'm just pumping it through the shortest way possible. It just takes extra time to do that. Okay, everything bled out. She's full of clean .3, and that is that. On to the next problem, like getting rid of the forest that's growing up here on the cowling. Thanks for watching.